Imagine an ancient castle lost in the mists of the Czech forest. No road leads to it. No border to protect. No enemy to fear. And yet, it was built with urgency. Not to keep evil out, but to lock it in. Today, on From Beyond, we'll delve into the depths of Houska Castle, a place where reality seems to bend to the unknown and where, they say, hell itself touches earth. Join me if you dare.
In the heart of the Czech Republic, surrounded by dense forests and silence, lies a castle with no clear purpose. Houska Castle stands on a cliff, far from any trade route, river or border. It was not built to defend, nor to be lived in. It has no kitchen, no water source, and no real access road. What then was it built to guard? According to legend, Houska Castle was constructed not to keep invaders out, but to keep something in. Something unspeakable. Long before the castle was erected, the ground where it stands was feared by locals. There, they said, was a great hole in the earth, so deep that no one could see the bottom. Birds that flew over it would fall dead mid-air. And at night, terrifying creatures would emerge from it, half-human, half-animal abominations, shrieking and clawing at anything in their path. The villagers whispered, it was a gateway to hell. To keep the evil from spreading, King Ottokar II of Bohemia ordered a castle to be built over the hole in the 13th century. Not to live in, but to seal the pit. The construction began with haste and fear. The first attempt to explore the pit was horrifying. A prisoner condemned to death was offered freedom if he agreed to be lowered into the abyss. He accepted, but within seconds of descent he began to scream. When they pulled him back up, his hair had turned white and he was clawing at his own face. He spoke of inhuman voices, grotesque figures, and a sensation of falling through endless screaming blackness. He died 2 days later, completely mad. The builders, terrified, hurried to cover the hole with stone, placing a chapel directly above it. They hoped sacred ground would silence what lurked below. It didn't. Inside the castle lies a small chapel, unassuming at first glance, but its walls are adorned with frescoes unlike any others from the era. One figure shows a woman with the head of a horse, and the body of a human, wielding a bow and arrow with her left hand, a gesture long associated with heresy and dark magic. Other paintings depict hellish creatures, falling angels and infernal torment, far more graphic than was common in 13th century religious art. It's as if the artists weren't painting biblical warnings, but memories. For centuries, local accounts continued to speak of strange noises at night, shadows moving within the walls, and terrifying apparitions near the sealed chapel. Some said they saw dark, winged figures crawling along the towers. Others swore they heard voices calling them, speaking in languages they did not know but somehow understood. One priest who attempted to perform an exorcism at the site was never seen again. The castle became known as a place where time stopped, and perhaps where reality bent. Nuns and monks who attempted to occupy the place heard sounds and witnessed phenomena that defied explanation. Corridors remained ice cold even during the day. Candles snuffed themselves out. Objects moved on their own. A chilling account from a 1580 letter describes, "At night, something crawls beneath the chapel floor. Sometimes it seems to want to climb out. It strikes the stones as if searching for a breach." During World War II, the legend of the Gateway drew attention from those obsessed with dark knowledge. German soldiers seized Houska Castle and established a base there. They believed the site held immense occult power. Local testimonies speak of strange lights at night, bizarre chants and rituals deep in the underground chambers. Some even claimed they were trying to communicate with what lay below. When the war ended, the castle was found abandoned, but not untouched. Scorched symbols lined the walls. Bones, not all of them human, were discovered sealed beneath the floor. No one truly knows what the soldiers found, or what they left behind. Modern-day ghost hunters and paranormal researchers have flocked to Houska Castle. Recordings captured inexplicable whispers, disembodied screams, and sudden temperature drops in rooms with no windows or electricity. One investigator claimed to have seen a shadowy figure watching him from the chapel doorway, despite being completely alone. Another fainted after hearing a voice whisper directly into his ear, "You should not be here." Stranger still, equipment often fails inside the chapel. Batteries drain, lights flicker, and more than one guest has left the castle, permanently altered. The area around Houska Castle is equally unsettling. The forest nearby has trees that grow in unnatural patterns, bending in curves, twisting toward or away from the castle, as if resisting some invisible force. Birdsong disappears near the entrance. Animals refuse to cross the land, and some locals still refuse to walk past the gates after nightfall. Whatever was buried beneath Houska, it may not be resting as quietly as we hoped. The pit remains sealed beneath the chapel, buried under centuries of stone and prayer, but cracks have appeared in the foundation. Strange smells like sulphur and rot have been reported. Faint tremors disturb the silence, and sometimes, just sometimes, visitors say they hear something scratching beneath the floor. Is it the echo of legend, or is the seal beginning to fail? Although the hole has been sealed, some believe it is still there, waiting. The most famous theory says that Houska is not a castle, but a lid for a portal between worlds, a rift where the laws of nature fail, where time and space oscillate, where evil not only exists but pulsates, and even if no one can see it, it feels when we look at it. I've told you what I know. Whether you believe it or not is entirely up to you.
Some doors are meant to be closed, others sealed forever. But in our endless curiosity, we often press our ears against the stone, hoping to hear what lies beyond. Tell me, dear guest, would you descend into that pit? Would you listen to what whispers from the dark? I know I would,